I'm JNAPS MMA. This is my recap and breakdown of UFC Fight Night Seattle. Henry Cejudo versus Yadong. What a card, bro. What a card. 7 finishes in a row, 8 in total. That last one being Gene Silva, showing us how elite he is. Knocking out Melsik Baghdasaryan. Fluffy Hernandez gets the win over Brendan Allen. We're going to talk about this main event because Henry Cejudo decided to put on a tantrum the moment he saw that he was like... He thought he was going to win the fight. We're going to talk about that. But let's get on to the first fight of the night. We have Modestas versus Rafael. I picked Modestas to win. And what a way to start off the card, bro. He goes out there, he KOs Cerqueira, sends him to the Shadow Realm. In the first round, both guys are swinging, they're tagging each other on the feet. But Bukauskas is like closing the distance more. And anytime like Cerqueira feels like he's in trouble, he shows up on the cage. And what does he do? Bukauskas lands a nasty left hook that had Cerqueira in trouble. And Bukauskas just, this man shows up in the cage again, and Bukauskas lands a nice little throw that finishes him. Great win by Bukauskas. 2 wins in a row. Rest in peace to your friend, my guy. And Cerqueira is getting cut. But what a way to start off the card. He didn't get a performance bonus, but Nursulton Ruziboev versus Eric Mcconico. I don't really care. He's trash. And I picked Ruziboev to win, and in the first round, he was just landing his shots. They were kind of feeling each other out on the feet a bit. You can tell it was Ruziboev with more output. Mcconico just was scared to throw, bro. He was just scared to throw. UFC debut, the jitters are there, and that's why in the second round, his corner kind of told him, "Let's go." And as soon as the second round kind of started, he started like pressing Ruziboev, and Ruziboev just lands a right. And from there, it was kind of over. Mcconico was like trying to survive the onslaught of Ruziboev, and finally he got dropped. And yeah, he just lost. But great win by the Can Crusher. There's not much I can say. It's a short notice opponent. This is another short notice opponent as well, but the short notice opponent got the win, baby. Austin Vanderford versus Nikolay Veretennikov. Bro. Austin Vanderford, short notice, and he looked good, man. Paige Van Zandt's has been getting it done. Sadly, I did not pick him to win. I did want him to win, but I picked Nikolay because of full camp, and I thought he was a little bit better than Austin Vanderford. But no, dude, in the first round, Vanderford got Nikolay to the ground, landed ground and pound. He even cut Nikolay, and Vanderford almost finished Veretennikov with an arm triangle, dude. And I was like, damn, bro, Veretennikov, what's going on with you, brother? And in the second round, Vanderford gets a takedown again with a lot of time. There was like 3 minutes left or something like that. And Vanderford did a great job pinning Nikolay's arm, and he just started landing some ground and pound, and he got the finish, man. Crazy part though, bro. Austin Vanderford celebrating there. Veretennikov gets so mad. I don't know at what. I guess he thought that Vanderford was cheating or something, bro. He goes and he pushes Vanderford, bro. And now you're getting cut from the UFC, my guy. Like, what are you doing? I know it was like 2 losses in a row, and what was a debut? He probably would have had like maybe 2 more fights, 1 more fight in the UFC. But now he's cut. But hey, doesn't matter. Vanderford gets the win. He gets the hometown win. Happy for buddy. On to the next fight. We had this crazy knockout, son. We had Javid Basharat versus Ricky Simon, and I picked Javid Basharat to win this fight. And damn, bro, Ricky Simon flatlined this guy, nasty. And funny enough, Javid Basharat was winning the fight in the beginning, in the first round. You can see Basharat was just using it. He was just striking really well on the feet. He tagged Ricky Simon a couple times. But Ricky Simon was really aggressive with those 2 takedowns. And there was like a little clash of heads. But, these guys got up. Ricky Simon throws a lead left, lands the right on the chin of Basharat. Flatlines this guy nasty, dude. And that's one Basharat down. Veretennikov is the only one left. This hype train is derailed. I'm so happy for Ricky Simon getting a win, dude. He was on a really bad losing streak. He gets the win in his hometown. Happy for buddy. On to the next fight, though. We had Nick Klein versus Mansur Abdul Malik. And I picked Abdul Malik to win this fight. And in this first round, he was just there looking for a shot. He was just patient. It was Klein trying to get the takedown, and Malik defended him. 3 takedowns before Klein, out of nowhere, lands this spinning elbow that wobbled Malik. And instead of this man capitalizing on a KO, he goes and he tries to take him down and just gets Malik to the cage, and he kind of kept him there against the cage or whatever. And finally, at the end of the round, Malik gets up, gets out the clinch, throws a spinning elbow himself, and doesn't land. But in the second round, you can see Klein was kind of gassing, short notice. He was kind of panic wrestling, and Malik finally just went after him and gets the TKO finish. Good win by Malik. Wasn't happy with this performance. I wasn't either. But, he's still learning on the job, obviously. But good win against a short notice opponent. Klein, what happened, bro? You literally fumbled the bag. But whatever. On to the next fight. We had Andre Fili versus Melsik Costa. Bro, feel bad for Andre Fili, dude. But Costa was on one, dude. I had Fili winning with a kid on the way. I thought he was going to be motivated enough to get the win, but Costa had other plans, man. In the first round, he did a really good job with the leg kicks. Outside, distant. He was winning the round, and out of nowhere, with literally a couple seconds left, Fili goes and he gets a takedown and does this dumbest shit I've ever seen, and he just leaves his head open for a guillotine. And Costa had it the first time, but Fili got out. But the second time, Costa locked it in. Fili taps. Great win by Costa, though. He was winning the fight regardless, and I'm pretty sure he was just gonna win the fight. Dude, Fili just didn't come out looking good, but great win by Costa. On to the next fight. We have Cutelaba versus Ibo Aslan. I picked Ibo Aslan to win this fight, but I guess Cutelaba is on his title run now at 31, dude. What a crazy first round, though. Crazy fight in general, crazy first round, though. Both guys were swinging at each other, tagging each other, they hurt each other on the feet. Cutelaba was kind of trying to get a takedown after he got hurt or whatever, and whatever. These guys get up. Cutelaba lands up overhand right and takes Ibo Aslan down as soon as he gets hurt. Ibo Aslan kind of leaves his arm right next to his head, and Cutelaba said, "Hold on, that's an arm triangle," and he capitalizes it. Gets the choke. Fraud checks Ibo Aslan. What a great win for young Cutelaba. And I love the post-fight interview, dude. I love when a fighter that has broken English just goes out there and just gives it his all, tries to reel the fan bit. I love young Cutelaba. He's a little bit more serious now in his career, but hey, he's knocking out prospects. He's doing what he needs to do. He gets a submission win, my guy. It's like your first submission win in so long. Good job, young Cutelaba. But we move on. Main event, I think this was. We had Alonzo Menifield versus Julius Walker. I had Alonzo Menifield winning this fight, and he won the fight. It was pretty close. It was a fun fight, though, because these guys were gassed, but they were giving it their all. In the first round, Walker really tried his hardest to get Menifield down. but Menifield's just really strong and knows how to defend it really good. And Menifield even hurt Walker on the feet a couple times, had him in trouble. Walker looked a little bit gassed, but then, both of them were just gassed in general. First round, I kind of gave it to Menifield. In the second round, Menifield looked more gassed than Walker. It was kind of funny to see. Walker, who did try to, implement the grappling, couldn't do it though. Menifield still had strong takedown defense, and when it got to the feet, both guys were landing, but Menifield had the way better shots in this round. And but you could have gave it to Walker too, because Walker was like landing really good on Menifield. But finally, third round happens, and Menifield's just, starts off with a nice eye poke. Walker comes in with a groin shot. Both guys are tired. Herzog is telling them, no more illegal shots. But Walker tries and goes and grits a takedown. Menifield doesn't have it. He's just really lower. His lower body's really strong. Both guys are swinging out on the feet. Credits to both men for having a chin, but Menifield, he won, had the better shots, and was just overall winning this fight. Good job by Julius Walker. He looked pretty decent in his debut, but Menifield gets the job done. We move on to man of the hour, man. Let's talk about this dude. Gene Silva versus Melsik Baghdasaryan. I picked Lord Gene Silva to get it done, and bro was on a Percocet. The moment he stepped in the cage, that Bruce Buffer is announcing his name, he's staring into Bruce Buffer. And bro, fight starts. And in the first round, both guys are kind of like feeling each other out, dude. And Gene Silva always is doing something crazy in his fights. And he decides to celebrate Baghdasaryan when he tags him or something. So, points on the ground. Dude was just, he tries to throw his opponent off a little bit. Not get him locked in. But whatever. Bro lands a nasty right. Boom. Drops Melsik Baghdasaryan. And he literally is telling the ref, you're going to stop the fight? Ref doesn't stop the fight. Gene Silva goes out there and just destroys Melsik Baghdasaryan on the ground. Ref comes in and stops it. I don't know what Gene Silva's on, bro. Gene Silva is crazy. I don't know, dude. This guy clip farming, aura maxing. The dude had his chick in the octagon. He's there kissing her like if this was Mike Perry and his chick, Latori. Wow. But dude is just out here. He's going to get a ranked opponent. He called out Bryce Mitchell. I think he gets Bryce Mitchell. I think he wrecks Bryce Mitchell. This guy is up on a crazy rise. He's breaking out this year. That's a fact. But we move on. Great win by Gene Silva. I do think Melsik Baghdasaryan gets one more fight in the UFC. But we move on. Rob Font versus Gene Matsumoto, and I had Rob Font, the old head, win in this fight. But hey, Gene Matsumoto did improve a lot. He showed it in this fight. In the first round, I don't know what commentary was saying. It looked like it was a fake glove touch by Rob Font. It didn't really matter because Matsumoto just tried taking Rob Font down. Hella takedowns. Didn't really do anything with Rob Font. Just had a lot of control time, but I feel like Rob Font did really good on the feet. And you could have gave round one to anybody. In the second round, though, Matsumoto didn't stop with the takedowns. And obviously had Rob Font to the ground. Rob Font did a really good job getting a Kimura and using it to get up. But I feel like Matsumoto did enough to get that round with the takedowns, even though Rob Font tagged him on the feet. In the third round, though, man, the pressure and the jab from Rob Font and the 1-2 had Gene Silva looking, struggling out there. But both guys were swinging it out. I'll give him that. I just feel like Rob Font in that third round was landing the better shots and looked a lot better. And he won the fight. takes the O of Matsumoto. But hey, I'll give Matsumoto this. You're really good. You're gonna be really good in the division. You're improving. Even though you looked like shit your last 3 fights, I'm gonna be honest, you really did. That's why I didn't pick you. But you looked good in this fight. Showed a lot of improvement, and I think you can be, a ranked opponent in this division. But we move on to the co-main event, man. This fight night card was moving super fast. A lot of finishes, but main events were kind of slow. But I got all my picks right, I think. We had Anthony Fluffy Hernandez versus Brendan Allen, though. And I picked Fluffy Hernandez to win because the IQ of Brendan Allen, well, he doesn't have any. In the first round, Brendan Allen lands a kick and he just jumps on the back of Fluffy Hernandez. Tries to get Fluffy to the ground, but Fluffy reverses it. And in the early round, Fluffy won with a bunch of control time. Scrambling with Brendan Allen, just getting the better positions because Brendan Allen only knows how to get into bad positions. But Brendan Allen reverse position, got ground and pound on Fluffy, even cut him, and he had a lot of submission attempts as well. So I gave that first round to Brendan Allen. In the second round, though, it was all Fluffy. He really just was on the back of Brendan Allen, flowing, controlling him the entire round. Almost submitted Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen did reverse positions, but obviously he only knows how to get into bad positions. Lost it. Fluffy gets back on top, won that round. And in the third round, in the beginning of the third round, they stopped it because it was like an eye poke, but it really wasn't. It was that Fluffy miscalculated his punch and the knuckle landed in the eye and stole the finish from Fluffy there, but whatever. Fluffy still went out there, mauled Allen with a bunch of control time, bunch of submission attempts, loves going to that Darce choke. It's just frustrating to see Brendan Allen not have any urgency, knowing that he's down, just have no fight IQ. He has so much potential, dude. He's so good on the feet. I wish he would strike more. Had Fluffy hurt in the third round, man. But what can I say? It's why I picked Fluffy Hernandez. I got my pick right. Glad Fluffy won. He passed Chris Weidman for most takedown attempts in middleweight history, I think. I don't know what's next for Fluffy. Probably an opponent closer to get to the belt. I think he's 2 fights away. Brendan Allen. I wish Brendan Allen was good. I wish he had fight IQ. He's good. I just wish he had fight IQ. But let's get to this main event, folks. We have Henry Cejudo versus Song Yadong. And I picked Song Yadong to win this fight. And it's not what I thought the outcome would be. I think I predicted that Song Yadong would knock Henry Cejudo out in the second or third round. Not really what happened, but I still could have saw a decision. In the first round, though, Henry did a good job with the leg kicks. I think Song Yadong looked more patient out there on the feet, and he kind of did tag Henry a couple times and looked really good. On 2 of the judges' scorecard, they gave Song Yadong the first round, and I guess he had more activity. You could have gave that to you could have gave the first round to anybody, but I think with Song Yadong's activity and him checking the kicks of Cejudo as well, I think he won that first round. Second round, though, Song Yadong started to figure out Cejudo and was kind of tagging Cejudo up a bit, but Cejudo was still kind of landing some good shots, and I just think Song Yadong had the way cleaner shots. Cejudo was there trying to out tag Song Yadong, but Song Yadong just looked way faster out there. And in the third round, you could just see that Song Yadong was just faster than Cejudo, and he was tagging Henry up a bit. But this is where it all just went, to shit. We're gonna talk about it. It's a crafty move by Cejudo. if he was up the first 2 rounds, or if he had won this 3rd round, because he did not win this 3rd round. We're gonna talk about Derek clearly. I don't know how you give Cejudo a 3rd round when he was getting smoked the entire 3rd round, and they stop it because, okay, we get it. Song Yadong had committed like 2 groin shots, but groin shots or whatever, that happens. But it was the first eye poke of the fight. Yeah, it was deep or whatever. He had like 3 inches of whatever. It was a deep eye poke. But we've seen worse eye pokes that have been stopped. Henry Cejudo decided to drain the clock out. And him and Bisping were kind of saying, oh, they got to take a point away, dude. It's the first eye poke of the night. Like, relax. And Henry's just being a soy, dude. He's there saying, like, for the first couple, like, I don't know, he's just there, like he said, I remember, like, he counted, like, maybe, like, he said it, like, 6 or 5 times that he could not see, and, like, his vision was blurry, like, and he was just, like, how he just looked out there, he just looked like he didn't want to, like, he was planning something, because his eye looked good, like, we've seen worse eye pokes where the eye's completely shut or something, or the cornea is, like, cut, and that's when you can't really see, like, their eye is, like, shut and it won't open. Henry's eye looked fine. Like, maybe there was a little bit of redness or something. But I feel like Henry knew that if it got to later rounds, he was gonna lose. So he kind of thought he won the early rounds. He kind of thought he won the first 2 rounds. So he kind of used this eye poke to, like, get out of it and see if he could win by decision. But it was completely weird how Herzog, like, controlled it. Like, first of all, it was Henry de Cejudo blabbing that he couldn't see for all 5 minutes or whatever. Round starts up again, and Song Yadong's coming after this guy. Round ends, whatever. Cejudo's like, I can't see, bro. It's still blurry, whatever, whatever. Instead of, like, them calling the doctor in, I don't know why Herzog decided to start the 4th round, then call in the doctor. But he does that, and doctor comes in, whatever. They stop the fight. Henry Cejudo is putting on an Oscar-winning performance, but he didn't win the first 2 rounds. Like, he tried pulling a crafty vet move, but he wasn't gonna pull it because he lost the fight. He was losing this fight, and he just threw a nasty tantrum for no reason. Instead of him gritting it out, because that's what their corner was saying. Like, his corner was literally saying in that 3rd round, yo, you gotta go out. Let's go. What did he do? He said, nah, let me get the doctor. Calls it. Thinks he's gonna get it by DQ. Or, well, it was not gonna go to DQ because we had enough rounds. And whatever, it goes to the scorecard. They gave it to Song Yadong. I knew Song Yadong was going to win. I just didn't think it was going to be like this. Cejudo throwing a tantrum like this. Or, whatever. But, happy that Song Yadong won. He gets to move on up. What's next for Song Yadong? I really don't know. Haven't really, looked at the rankings. But he's going to be, above Cejudo. Cejudo, I think he should just hang it up. I think he's... he came back really late. He wasn't in his prime. This is his 3rd L in a row. I think he should have left in his prime. I think that's another thing that I'm kind of realizing. Like, these UFC fighters don't know when to stop. Like, they don't know when to call it. And I think Cejudo called it when he was at the top, and I think that was good. And him trying to come back and get the belt again. Yeah, I think he should just hang it up. He's old, dude. He's 38. He's not gonna fight till he's 40. I do think he can still beat some of the guys in the bantamweight division, maybe Mario Bautista or Daniel Marcos. I still think he could beat some guys, but I don't know. I think he's just old, and I think he should just hang it up. He didn't even implement his wrestling at all. Talking about All-American Olympic wrestling. American Olympic wrestling was not applied. Yeah. But what can I say? Song Yadong wins. Cejudo cries. Go retire. Overall, I still love this card. This is probably going to be the top card of this year until like a pay-per-view overtakes it. But what a card. Love this card. Can't wait for next week. Manel Cap, my boy. Shout out Manel Cap. Reposted me. Liked my video on TikTok. Go follow my TikTok, JNapsMMA. Go follow my Instagram at JNapsMMA_. But I'm JNapsMMA, folks.